When should you turn on Social Security? Most people think it's a simple choice: retire, file, and then start collecting. But here's the scary truth. Make the wrong move and you could leave hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table over your lifetime. Hi, I'm David Caviness, certified financial planner. Planning for Social Security and when to take your benefits is the biggest question I get asked. And for years, the go-to tool was something called the break-even analysis. Even the Social Security Administration used to promote it until they pulled it off their website. Why? Because it was causing people to make terrible financial decisions. Today, I'm going to show you why the break-even method fails, the factors that really change the right answer, and the situations where filing early at 62 might be the best move you ever make. So let's talk about why the break-even analysis fails. For starters, the break-even method asks one question: how long will it take before the bigger check of waiting outweighs the smaller check of filing early? Here's an example. Let's say filing at 62 gives you $1,800 a month, and waiting until 67 gives you $2,500. The break-even math might say if you live to 78 or 79, waiting wins. But here's the problem. You don't know your exact lifespan. None of us do. And the break-even method ignores critical factors like inflation, spousal benefits, survivor benefits, and yes, even taxes. It reduces a complex, life-changing decision into a single, flawed formula. That's why the Social Security Administration removed it. It was leading too many people down the wrong path. So the role of life expectancy comes into play because this is where things get personal. The average 62-year-old today lives until about age 84, but that's the average, and averages are dangerous. If you're in great health with parents and grandparents who lived into their 90s, the math tilts towards waiting. On the other hand, if you've got medical challenges or a family history of shorter lifespans, filing earlier could mean you actually collect more. Here's what I mean. File at 62 and you get $1,800 a month. File at 67, you get $2,500 a month. And if you wait until age 70, filing then could get you $3,100 a month. But if you pass away at 75, filing at 62 nets you the most. If you live into your 90s, delaying pays off. A difference of just a few years in life expectancy can completely flip the right strategy. Then we got to look at the power of the COLA, or the cost of living adjustment. If we layer in inflation, every year Social Security adds on cost of living adjustments, or COLA. On average, it's been about 2 to 3% annually. Now, here's why it matters. The COLA compounds. If you're receiving a bigger check because you waited, each annual raise is applied to a larger number. Over 20 to 30 years, that compounding really adds up. For example, a $3,100 check at age 70 with cost of living adjustments applied over decades could be worth 6 figures more than starting early at 62. That's a huge difference. Social Security isn't just about you, it's also about your household. If one spouse earns significantly more, the lower earning spouse may qualify for up to 50% of the higher benefit. File early, and you don't just reduce your check, you reduce theirs too. And survivor benefits are even more critical. When one spouse passes away, the surviving spouse keeps the higher of the two benefits. Delaying for the higher earning spouse often means a much larger survivor benefit, which could make all the difference decades down the road. But when does filing early really make sense? Let's flip the script here, because there are absolute times when filing at 62 makes sense. First is health concerns. If your outlook is shorter, taking benefits while you can use them is smart. We have to look at your income needs. If Social Security is essential to covering your basic expenses, waiting may just not be realistic. Your lifestyle goals. Some want to enjoy the go-go years of retirement while they're healthy. Filing at 62 provides that additional income that allows you to enjoy life while you still can. In market downturns, drawing Social Security early can give your portfolio some time to recover instead of forcing you to sell more investments at a loss during times when the market is down. And tax planning. Filing earlier in lower income years can make sense before RMDs or pensions push you into higher tax brackets later on down the road. And lastly, we need to look at spousal coordination. Sometimes one spouse filing early unlocks household income that benefits both partners. But let's clear up some common misconceptions. One is you should always wait until 70. I've not seen a calculator yet that says not waiting until 70 gives you the best benefit. And that's just not true. For some, that strategy leaves money uncollected they'll never see. You should always take it as soon as possible. That's also not true. If you live a long life, waiting can pay off significantly. And third, Social Security will be gone. While changes may happen, benefits aren't disappearing. For most, the bigger risk is making a bad filing decision, not the entire system collapsing. And the bottom line here is the truth that there's no one-size-fits-all answer. The right age to file isn't about a chart. It's about your health, your spouse, your finances, your goals, and your overall retirement plan. If you're feeling unsure, don't guess. This is a decision that can affect your income for 20 or 30 years or more. Again, guys, I'm David Caviness, certified financial planner and founder of Caviness Wealth Management. If you're wrestling with this choice of when to take Social Security, head over to my website at 𝐃𝐨𝐴𝐵𝑛esswealth.com. Let's design a Social Security strategy that's built for you. Because Social Security isn't just about money. It's about giving you confidence to enjoy the retirement you've worked so hard to build.